So, as I was telling you before when we started the class, today we're going to talk about some phrases, some useful phrases you can use when you want to go to a shop or to a store and you want to return any good you have bought there. And when you want to make a complaint also because something you bought wasn't working as you expected. Okay, so today we're going to see some phrases to return goods and make complaints. And also you will see two small phrases, two small things you can add into a conversation so you can sound more polite. Sometimes when you are talking, you want to give your comment, but you are thinking if it's quite polite or not. So you will see some tricks to make your answers a little bit more polite. You will also see or you will remember the difference between formal and informal language when you were writing. So you're going to remember when or which phrases do you use when you are talking in a formal language or when you are using an informal language as well. So then through all the class, we will be making some listening and reading exercises. You will have a speaking practice. And finally, we will make a Kahoot. Okay, so this is going to be like the structure of today's class. And I think we are ready to start with our phrases to return goods. For this, I'm going to share with you the book so we can make it easier. Okay, I hope you are looking at this. Okay, guys. So let's start with this small exercise so we can know what it's all this part of the unit going to be about. Here you have a small chart. Well, it's a green chart in this case. Let me change color so you can see it quite better. Here we have a red chart, okay? And inside this chart, we have some words highlighted. We have 5 words highlighted. What are we going to do? I'm going to read the meaning of these words, and you're going to help me matching which word has this meaning. Okay, so for example, for the first one we have here, it's a piece of paper that shows how much you paid for something. What is it? Is this a refund, an exchange, goods or products, or is it a receipt? What do you think?
Receipt.
Mm-hmm. Very good. It's a receipt. It's a receipt because when you go anywhere and you pay for something, you get this paper, right? You get the receipt. De compras generalmente, siempre cuando pagamos algo nos dan un recibo o lo que nosotros conocemos como factura o nota de venta. It's a receipt. So the second one, what is it? This to change a product you bought for a different one.
Refund.
Refund or exchange.
Exchange.
Exchange. Y hay una pequeña diferencia entre las dos. Exchange lo vamos a utilizar cuando ustedes cambian una cosa por otra. ¿Sí? And what about refund? Refund is mostly when you are asking to give you the money back. Casi siempre cuando ustedes no están conformes con algo, piden una devolución, un reembolso. Eso quiere decir que les van a devolver el dinero. ¿Sí? Money given to you when you return something to a shop. And finally, something which is sold in a shop.
The products.
Goods and products. Goods and products. Bienes y productos nos dice. Products. So thank you guys for this first part. Now, what are you going to do? We're going to see a video and then you're going to help me checking which phrases do the speakers on the video used. Okay, so let's see the phrases we have. Look at this. Right here we have some phrases. When you want to return a good in a shop, when you want to return something, you can use any of these phrases. Cada vez que ustedes quieran devolver algo en una tienda, podrían ocupar cualquiera de estas frases. Lo mismo si es que ustedes, por el contrario, van a quejarse por el funcionamiento de alguno de sus equipos o productos que compraron. You can use any of these sentences. Okay, for returning something or maybe to complain about something. What are we going to do now? You're going to help me reading these phrases. So please, could you, Maria, could you help me reading these 3 first sentences to return goods?
Could you help me, please? I'd like to return this cloth, please. It doesn't fit.
Very good. Kevin, can you help me reading the following 4 ones, please?
They'll returning something to us.
Exactly.
Could you help me, please?
Since I've changed my mind.
I like to return this cloth, please. It doesn't fit. I've changed my mind. It was a present, but I've really got one. I'd like a refund. Can I change it for something else?
Very good. Can I exchange it for something else? So the phrases we have about complaining, the first 3 sentences, can you help me reading, please, Dianita Bonilla?
Yes, teacher.
These 3 ones.
Could I speak to the manager, please? I'd like to make a complaint. I've been here for a very long time.
Very good. Thank you. Samantha, help me reading the last 3 sentences about complaining, please.
Your sales assistant hasn't been very helpful. This isn't what I ordered. It doesn't work.
Perfect. So now now that you at least listen to these phrases, we're going to watch a small video. Pay attention to the video and try to tell me after the video which phrases did you hear in the video. Okay, so pay attention. Luego me cuentan cuáles de todas estas frases fueron las que escucharon en el video. Okay? So let me share the sound of my computer so everybody can listen. And I think we are ready. Pay attention, guys.
Hi, could you help me, please?
Yes, of course. How can I help?
I'd like to return this clock, please.
Would you like to exchange it for something?
No, I'd like a refund, please.
Do you have a receipt?
No, I don't. It was a present, you see.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but we can't give you a refund without a receipt.
But it came from the shop. Look, you've got the same clock there.
Yes, but without a receipt, I can't give you a refund. I'm very sorry. Is there anything wrong with it?
No, it was a present, but I don't really like it.
Well, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do then.
Right. Could I speak to the manager, please?
Of course.
Okay, so can you remember which phrases did you hear in the video?
Could you help me, please?
Could you help me, please? What else?
I'd like to return this cook, please.
Exactly, I want to return this clock, please.
Is like a refund?
I'd like a refund. Very good. Something else.
I'd like to make a complaint.
No nos dice exactamente eso, pero sí, como que va por ahí, está como quejándose de algo, ¿no es cierto? Al final nos dice algo.
Will I speak to the manager?
Exactly. Could I speak to the manager, please? Could I speak to the manager, please? That's right. So that was the whole video. Just let me change this. Yes, those were the phrases we hear in the video. There was this guy trying to return the clock he got as a present, right? But the bad thing is that he hasn't got any receipt to exchange or refund. Let's see what happened with this guy later, okay? Just start. Let's continue with the activity. We saw the video and now I want you to help me completing this. We have some words that we have been listening before. We have refund, we have receipt, we have exchange. So you're going to listen to all these phrases and try to help me completing these blank spaces with a word on this red chart, okay? So let's listen to the phrases and please help me with the answer.
Track 3.30. 1.
Would you like to exchange it for something?
So which word was it? Could you hear it?
Exchange.
Exchange. That's right. Casi no se la entiende, ¿verdad? Casi se nos pasa por alto, es exchange. Would you like to exchange it for something? Very good. Let's continue with number 2. Let's see, what is it?
2.
Do you have a receipt?
Do you have a
Receipt.
receipt? Very good. ¿Tiene una factura? ¿Tiene algún recibo? ¿No es cierto? Do you have a receipt? Very good. Let's see what is it in number 3.
3.
I'm terribly sorry.
So,
Sorry.
sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Cuando no nos pueden ayudar con algo, ¿no es cierto? Nos pueden decir esta frase, I'm terribly sorry. What about number 4? Let's listen number 4.
4.
I'll ask someone to look at that for you right away.
Right away.
Right away. That's right. So I'll ask someone to look at that for you right away. Este right away significa en este instante, en este momento. Sí, algo que vamos a hacer ya mismo. So let's follow with number 5.
5.
I'll replace it immediately.
Replace.
I replace it immediately. And finally, we have, I'll give you a full refund. Sí, le daré un reembolso completo, a full refund. That's right. So these are the options. And in this case, we have new phrases. Sí, ya tenemos aquí un par de nuevas frases adicionales. Al momento de, pues, pedir un reembolso, ¿sí? O que nos cambien algo. Well, do you have a receipt? I'm terribly sorry. I replace it immediately. Este I replace it immediately nos sirve muchísimo en el caso de que, por ejemplo, ustedes van a una tienda de tecnología y han comprado, for example, earphones y los auriculares. Por ahí tal vez les salieron fallosos, no funcionan, pues ustedes pueden ir a la tienda y pedir que les cambien, ¿no es cierto? And probably the sales assistant can say, I replace it immediately. Cuando los vendedores se dan cuenta que sí es un fallo del equipo, obviamente nos dicen, I replace it immediately. ¿Sí? Le repongo o le traigo uno nuevo inmediatamente. ¿Sí? I replace it immediately. Pay attention to these phrases. Vayan poniendo mucha atención, mucho ojo a estas frases que tenemos aquí. Si tienen que anotarlas por ahí en un cuadernito, háganlo. O tal vez, si es que pueden hacer un screenshot, pueden hacerlo o una foto porque son frases que ustedes van a ocupar para realizar su classwork o su speaking practice later on. Okay. Then, what do we have here? Here we have some conversations. We have 3 small conversations, and you will try to give them a sense using some of the words we have seen previously in order to complete these conversations. For example, what would you use in the first one? I would like to make. ¿Qué frase ocuparían? I would like to make. Miren, por acá también teníamos otras frases que podían ayudarnos. Ya les borro las palabritas de aquí. ¿Qué frase tenemos por ahí que empieza I'd like to make?
A complaint.
A complaint. A complaint. So the right option here is a complaint. Let me just write it over here. I'd like to make a complaint. Me gustaría hacer un reclamo, ¿no es cierto? What's the problem? This phone doesn't work. That's right. This phone doesn't work. Este teléfono no funciona. It's completely dead. What would you use in number 3?
Terrible. Terrible.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I'll ask someone to
Look at.
Look up that for you. Very good. You were paying attention. Look. Yeah, so we have the first conversation done. What about number 2? I'd like to exchange these jeans, please. They don't
fit.
They don't fit. No me quedan, ¿no es cierto? They don't fit. A eso se refiere esta frase. They don't fit. They are too small. Son muy pequeños. Okay, do you have a
receipt?
Siempre nos piden, ¿no es cierto? Para cambiarnos nos piden la factura. Do you have a receipt? Yes, here you are. Gracias a Dios, aquí sí han tenido la factura, ¿no es cierto? Nos dicen, yes, here you are. Then we have, excuse me. Yes, sir. We have been here. We have been here for an hour. Hemos estado aquí por 1 hora. But we haven't ordered yet. I'm terribly sorry, sir, but we're extremely busy. We will be with you as soon as we can. Right, could I speak to?
Manager.
Thank you, Samantha. So, can I speak to the manager, please? ¿Podría hablar con el manager, por favor? So, here we have some other phrases, right? Ya tenemos aquí listo incluso como una pequeña conversación. So now that we have complete this part, I'm going to ask some of you to help me reading these small conversations. For conversation number 1, sí, me va a ayudar, please. Reading the conversation, Jimmy Andrade and Cynthia Hidalgo. Can you help me read the first conversation?
Okay, teacher. I'd like to make a complaint.
What's the problem?
This phone doesn't work. It's completely dead.
I'm terribly sorry. I'll ask someone to look up that for you right away.
Thank you, guys. Very good. So let's listen now to conversation number 2. This is very, very small. So this one, it's going to help me, please. Diana Janet and Wilson. Can you help me reading this conversation, please?
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Letter A, it's going to be Dianita, and letter B, Wilson.
Okay, teacher. I'd like to exchange the jeans, please. They don't fit. They are too small.
Okay. Do you have a receipt?
Yes, here you are.
Here you are. Aquí tiene. Very good. Thank you, guys. So we're going to end with conversation number 3. It's a little bit longer, but it's easy as well. So for this one, I'm going to ask to Patty, mi querida Patty, help me reading. And also, so Patty is going to be letter A, and letter B, it's going to be Alejandro Fuertes, okay?
Okay, teacher. Excuse me?
Yes, sir.
We've been here for an hour, but we haven't ordered it.
I am terribly sorry, sir, but we are extremely busy. We'll be with you as soon as we can.
Right. Could I speak to the manager, please?
Thank you, guys. Don't forget the pronunciation of these two words. We have yet, we haven't ordered yet, and we have busy, okay? But we are extremely busy. That would be all I have to say. Thank you very much, guys. So we have here some little examples of conversations. That you probably have to make later on. So let's continue with the next part. In the first part, we see this guy, Leo, trying to get a refund, right? Can you remember what was the last phrase he said? ¿Cuál fue la última frase que dijo Leo en el video? Can you remember?
I speak to the manager, please.
Exactly. He wanted to speak to the manager. Quería hablar ya con el gerente, ¿no es cierto? Con el administrador. No se sentía cómodo. So let's see. We're going to see what happened with the manager. You're going to listen. Again, you're going to see a video, and then you're going to help me completing or answering the following questions. Okay, so here are the questions we're going to answer. Vamos a responder estas preguntas, pero necesito que pongan mucha atención a la primera parte. So, what 3 questions does the manager ask to Leo? Okay, pay attention to the questions the manager is going to ask to Leo. So let's start. You're going to see, as I told you before, you're going to see the video. Vamos a ver nuevamente el video.
Hello. What seems to be the problem?
Yes, I'd like to make a complaint. I have this clock. It was bought in this shop. Your sales assistant hasn't been very helpful. She won't give me a refund.
He doesn't have a receipt.
No, I don't have a receipt.
Well, I'm sorry, but we don't do refunds without a receipt.
Yes, that's what she said. Okay, then, can I exchange it for something else?
Is there anything wrong with it?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Can I just ask, why do you want a refund if it works okay?
Well, it was a present, and I'm not a big football fan, and it's a bit ugly. Well, not ugly, but it's not very adult. You know, it's more for children.
I have one. I love it.
Look, as it was a present, I'll let you exchange it for something else in the shop. But normally we wouldn't do this.
That's very kind.
So, what would you like to exchange it for?
Actually, I've decided that I'll keep it. It might be useful.
Well, okay then, if that's what you prefer.
Yes, it's fine. Thanks very much for your help.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
could you remember what was the first question the manager made to Leo?
What is the problem?
You can say what is the problem or what seems to be the problem. When you want to sound a little bit more polite, you use this verb seems. ¿Cuál parece ser el problema? ¿Sí? O al parecer, ¿cuál es el problema? What seems to be the problem. Es una forma un poquito más educada como de preguntar qué está pasando con alguien que no conocemos. What seems to be the problem? What about the question number 2? Is there anything
wrong with it?
Exactly. Anything wrong with it? ¿Hay algo mal con el producto, tal vez? Sí, a eso nos referimos con esta pregunta. Is there anything wrong with it? Si hay algo malo por ahí, algo que no esté funcionando tal vez con el producto. And what about the last question? Why do you?
Why do you want to refund?
Why do you want a refund, or what do you want? Why do you want? Y también podríamos preguntar, why do you want to exchange it? ¿Por qué quiere cambiarlo, no es cierto? ¿Por qué quiere cambiarlo o por qué quiere el reembolso? Sí, funciona bien, ¿no es cierto? What do you want a refund if it's working okay? So, what reasons does Leo give to return the clock? ¿Por qué razón él está entregando o devolviendo este reloj? Why was he returning the clock?
The clock doesn't work.
In fact, the clock works. Sí funciona este reloj. There's something.
Don't do
Let me see. Maffer nos ha dicho un resumen de por qué lo está devolviendo. Sí es una razón, pero él lo dice de una forma un poco más sutil, no tan cruda. It's ugly, nos dice Maffer. Sí, no le gustó el reloj, obviamente, pero vamos a ver. Let's listen again.
Is more for children?
It's more for children. Sí, por ahí nos dice it's more for children. It's not for adults, nos dice. Let's see, something else. There's something else also he uses. Nos dice algo más aparte de que es un reloj un poco infantil. Let's listen.
That's what she said. Okay, then, can I exchange it for something else?
Is there anything wrong with it?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Can I just ask, why do you want a refund if it works okay?
Well, it was a present, and I'm not a big football fan, and it's a bit ugly. Well, not ugly, but it's not very adult. You know, it's more for children.
I have one.
Okay, yes, that's right what Maffer said. It's a bit ugly, ¿cierto? It's a bit ugly. Y también nos decía, por ahí me parece que fue Steven, nos decían que it's for children, right? Y se siente ofendida la chica ahí porque ella tiene uno también. So, the reasons seems to be that the clock is a bit ugly, right? And it seems to be for children. What about question number 3? Why does the manager agree to let Leo return the clock? Sí, ¿por qué la manager le dejó pues como cambiar o devolver el reloj?
Because it was a present.
Very good, Kevin. It was a present. Just because of that, because it was a present. No siempre los regalos que recibimos algunas veces nos gustan, ¿no es cierto? Especialmente cuando ustedes tienen el amigo secreto. Casi nunca están como que tan conformes con el regalo que reciben. En este caso, al ser un regalo, la manager le deja cambiar por algo más. ¿Sí? Because it was a present. So for number 4, what does Leo decide to do in the end? ¿Qué decidió al final? Very good, Samantha. He decided to keep the clock. At the end, he decided to keep the clock. Maybe because he didn't like anything he saw in that shop, right? What reasons does he give for his decision? Al final él les dice algo a las chicas. Como que se va a quedar con por... look at this. Listen from now on so you can give me the answer for the final question.
Actually, I've decided that I'll keep it. It might be useful.
Well, okay then, if that's what you prefer.
Yes, it's fine. Thanks very much for your help.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, what did he say?
It might be useful.
It might be useful. Thank you, Kevin. So it might be useful at the end. Tal vez pueda serme útil, ¿no es cierto? Entonces, como que está dando una pequeña excusa para quedarse con el reloj, para no decir que no le gustó nada de lo que le ofrecieron en la tienda, ¿no es cierto? Dice, maybe it can be useful or it may be useful. Very good, guys. You were very good listeners today. Se han levantado con todo el ánimo, con toda la gana de escuchar. Muy bien los listenings. Very good, guys. Congratulations. So, as you saw on the video, there were some phrases they use to sound a little bit more polite. Cuando ustedes tienen un comentario que hacer y puede sonar demasiado crudo o tal vez un poco grosero, ¿sí? Hay un par de palabritas que podemos utilizar para suavizar y que no sea tan grave lo que decimos, ¿sí? In this case, when you are using adjectives, mainly, you can use this word a bit before an adjective, ¿sí? Cuando están utilizando o describiendo algo con un adjetivo, y ese adjetivo obviamente tiene una connotación o un significado negativo, pues ustedes pueden utilizar esta palabra antes. ¿Sí? It's a bit ugly. ¿Sí? Es un poquito feo, ¿no es cierto? Es como que ya no decimos tan cortantemente qué feo, ¿no es cierto? Esto está feo. Decimos ya, esto es un poquito feo, ¿no? Como que está un poquito feo. ¿Sí? Entonces, es una forma de suavizar un poco lo que nosotros estamos diciendo. It's a bit ugly. On the other hand, ¿sí? Por el contrario, si ustedes quieren ocupar adjetivos que tienen un significado positivo, ¿sí? Lo que podemos anteceder es esta frase. It's not very adult in this case. ¿No es cierto? Leo decía, it's not very adult. No es como que muy de adulto, ¿no es cierto? No es de adulto este reloj. So, for example, what happened when you have these adjectives? Let me write you some adjectives. Les voy a escribir un par de adjetivos y ustedes me van a ir diciendo qué utilizarían. Si utilizarían a bit or it's not very, okay? Pay attention to the adjectives. Let me think about two more. We have difficult, okay, we have okay, so here we have some adjectives. You can see on the screen some adjectives. Remember that when you have a negative adjective, you're going to use a bit. But when you have a positive adjective, you're going to use not very. Okay, so can you help me with the answers to those adjectives? So let's see, you can use it or you can use it's not very. And I will make some signs here so you can remember when you have to use it, okay? You have the less sign there when you have a negative meaning in the adjective, and you have the plus when it's a positive meaning in the adjective. So with difficult, what would you use? ¿Cómo dirían ustedes? ¿Cómo sonarían un poco más educados al decir que no suene eso es difícil?
It's not very difficult.
It's not, podrían decir it's not very difficult. Ojo, aquí en esta parte nosotros vamos a emplear mucho o van a tener que estar pilas a lo que son los adjetivos y sus opuestos. Y casi siempre todo adjetivo tiene su contrario, su opuesto. Si algo es difícil, ¿cuál sería el opuesto? The opposite. Difficult is easy, right? So, ¿cuál de los dos tiene un significado como afirmativo y cuál sería un negativo?
A bit easy.
It's not very difficult.
I would say the opposite. Vamos a utilizar los contrarios. Miren, el a bit vamos a utilizar para que no suene tan rudo o tan feo algo que tiene un significado negativo. Es decir, si ustedes no quieren decir que algo, cuando yo les pregunto, is it okay the classwork? ¿Cómo les va en el, o cómo está el classwork? Si ustedes quieren decir, uy, qué difícil, pero no me quieren decir así tan seco, qué difícil, ¿no es cierto? Si no me dicen, it's a bit difficult, a bit difficult. ¿Sí? Está un poquito difícil. Sí, ya estamos como que amortiguando lo negativo. ¿Sí? A bit difficult. On the other side, when you have an affirmative adjective, you can use it's not very. See, I can see now why you got confused. Ahora veo por qué se enojaron. Pues porque se confundieron, perdón. It's not very easy. Sí, it's not very easy. No es tan fácil. Es otra forma de decir está difícil, ¿no es cierto? It's not very. Es una forma incluso como que suena hasta mejor. Decir it's not very easy. Y no está tan fácil como pensábamos. Eso ya me da la idea a mí de que está difícil. It's not very easy. So, can you help me with the following ones? We have cheap.
A bit cheap.
Okay. Cheap sería barato. ¿No es cierto?
It's not
Expensive es el caro. Entonces,
it's not very cheap.
It's not very cheap. Very good. No está tan barato, ¿no es cierto? It's not very cheap. No está tan barato. Y por el contrario, si ustedes quieren decir como que está un poquito caro, ¿no es cierto? It's a bit expensive, right? A bit expensive. Un poquito caro. What about far?
A bit far.
It's a bit far. Está un poquito lejos, ¿no? It's a bit far. Very good. ¿Qué pasaría si por ahí en cambio tendría el adjetivo close o near? Near, que significa cerca.
It's not very.
It's not very near. Very good. So let me write here. It's not very near. Ese sería lo contrario. Thank you. So, what about pretty?
It's not very pretty.
It's not very pretty. No está tan bonito, ¿no es cierto? It's not very. What about the next one? Disgusting.
A bit.
A bit. Very good. Todos los adjetivos que tengan esa connotación negativa, para suavizar, vamos a utilizar el a bit. What about busy? Ocupado. A bit. Very good. And what about noisy? Algo muy bullicioso.
A bit.
A bit. Very good. A bit. What about dangerous? Si les pregunto, por ejemplo, de Asaya, ¿qué me van a decir? It's a bit dangerous, right? It's a bit dangerous. So, es un poquito peligroso. Un poquito. Right? So we have a bit dangerous. What about safe? What would you
It's not very.
Not very safe. Miren que estamos diciendo prácticamente lo mismo, pero utilizando los opuestos, los adjetivos opuestos. It's not very safe. No es tan seguro, ¿no es cierto? Es la misma forma de decir, o queremos decir lo mismo, que es peligroso, ¿no es cierto? Estamos dando la misma idea. It's not very safe. No es tan seguro. Es lo mismo decir que es it's a bit dangerous, right? Está un poquito inseguro, es un poquito peligroso. What about polite? Educado.
It's not very polite.
It's not very polite. And the final one, clean.
It's not very clean.
Si quieren decir de forma más educada que algo está sucio, ¿no es cierto? Pueden decir it's not very clean. No está tan limpio. So that would be some of the uses we can make or the phrases we can use in order to sound a little bit more polite. So let's check. I hope you can see this. We're going to go back to the book. Here we go. And here we have the rule. Aquí tenemos la regla. So with a negative adjective, what did we use? Not very or a bit?
A bit.
A bit, very good. And not very, obviously, with the opposite positive adjective. So just to keep on completing this, we're going to make 4 small exercises right here. Can you help me with this one? A bit. ¿Qué utilizaríamos después de la número 1 en a bit? Tenemos aquí nosotros el adjetivo dirty, que significa sucio. ¿Cómo utilizaríamos? Thank you, Madeline. En Wilson nos dicen, it's a bit dirty. La primera, ¿no es cierto? Nos quedaría así. It's a bit dirty. Está un poquito sucio, ¿no es cierto? O, pues lo que significa lo mismo, it's not very clean. ¿Sí? Está un poquito sucio o no está muy limpio. Estamos diciendo de ambas formas exactamente lo mismo, dando la misma idea. What about the slow? Okay, it's not very quick, nos dice Gina. That could be a good one. It's not very quick. Otro adjetivo también que nos pueda hablar de rapidez, ¿cierto? Fast, thank you. Andrés también nos dice, podríamos utilizar fast. Quick o fast son sinónimos. Very good. So it's not very quick, it's not very fast. Very good. And Maffer y Andrés también nos decían, it's a bit slow. Está un poquito lento, ¿no es cierto? It's a bit slow. Thank you. Let's move to number 3. We have the word rude. Grosero. Rude. It's not very polite. It's a bit rude, nos dice Samantha. Very good. It's not very polite. No es muy educado, no es muy cortés. ¿No es cierto? It's a bit rude. Es un poco grosero. Very good. Let's continue with the last one, the final one. We have cold. Thank you, Patty and Maffer. It's a bit cold. ¿Cuál será el opuesto de cold? Okay, I have two options right here. Very good. It's not very warm. Me dijeron por ahí, no está muy abrigado. O no está muy caliente, ¿no es cierto? Hot. Very good. So it's not very warm or it's not very hot. Excellent. So even though these two phrases can be sometimes confusing, you need to know how to use them properly, okay? So that's why we saw the rule that with a negative adjective, you use a bit, or with an opposite adjective with a positive meaning, you are going to use not very. These are the phrases we can use in order to sound a little bit more polite. Sí, estas frases nos van a ayudar muchísimo para escucharnos un poco más, más corteses, más educados in a conversation. So now, don't forget that we have seen a lot of phrases here. Why is this important? Because we're going to make a speaking practice in groups later on, okay? Luego vamos a hacer unas conversaciones. Y para poder completar esas conversaciones en pareja o en grupos, dependiendo de cómo les toque, pues vamos a necesitar, sorry guys, vamos a necesitar pues todas las frases que vimos, ya sea para make complaints, para realizar alguna queja, maybe to return something or maybe exchange something in a shop. Sí, acuérdense de las frasecitas que vimos para devolver algo o cambiar algo en la tienda. ¿Sí? Y tenemos también, miren, estas pocas frases que nos pueden servir para sonar como que un poquito más corteses, no tan groseros al momento de, pues, de quejarnos por algo. Porque generalmente cuando, por ejemplo, algo no les funciona, algo que ustedes compraron no funciona, van a ir con todo el peso del mal genio a la tienda y podemos caer en ser muy groseros, ¿sí? So you can use these words in order to sound a little bit more polite. Just tell me, guys, did you write down or did you catch all the phrases you need to use? Por ahí tal vez anotaron las frases que fuimos viendo, hicieron captura de pantalla o guardaron o tomaron alguna foto de las frases. Para los que tienen el libro en casa, los que pudieron retirar de forma física, you can pay attention on pages 102 and 103, ¿ok? Los que tienen el libro en casa, pues lo pueden revisar en las páginas 102 y 103. Because later we're going to use, as I told you, we're going to use those phrases to make a nice conversation and practice this. So I sent you a message, guys, before I move on. Do you have any question? ¿Alguna duda o alguna pregunta hasta este punto? Do you have any question, guys?
Once upon a time es como decir, había una vez, but in English. Hay una película, there's a movie, Quentin Tarantino, which name is Once Upon a Time. So, well, once upon a time, there was a tiny boy, tiny es como súper chiquito, diminuto, a tiny boy called Pepito. Yeah. Yeah, now you have to continue with the story. So give me ideas. Yeah, me tienen que dar ideas. You have to give me ideas. And we have to continue with the story. Claro, al Pepito le puede pasar lo que sea. Eso depende de ustedes. So let's go on. What can happen to Pepito? Oh my God.
He lives in a small house in the forest.
Okay, he lives in a small house. Yeah, Pepito, the tiny boy. Then what else can happen? ¿Qué le puede pasar al Pepito? ¿Qué man? Writing?
Steffi wrote something on the chat.
Okay, he was a very naughty boy. Yeah, why was he a naughty boy? Ya sé de dónde han aprendido esa palabra. Así.
He's in every single joke.
No, it's in a new song. It's a new song. It says, I'm a nasty girl. Ah, no, it's different. No, don't pay me attention. He was a naughty boy. What else? Why? Why was he a naughty boy? Tell me.
Just as a tip, solo como un tip para motivarles un poco más, puede ser que incluso en su examen de suficiencia se encuentren ustedes con esto en la parte de writing, ¿sí? Les van a salir un título nada más y ustedes van a tener que completar la historia. Entonces, this is a really good exercise in order to improve your writing skills.
Okay. You're very, very strict. For naughty, por malcriado. For naughty, he fell into a hole. Se cayó en un hueco. For naughty, he fell. And then what happened? ¿Y después qué le pasó? Alguien más pudo haber caído del hueco.
He hurt his knee.
Excuse me?
He hurt his knee.
Okay, he hurt his knee. Yes, I'm so sorry because this computer has a volume very, very low. He hurt his knee. Poor Pepito. And then, come on. 5 sentences more and we give a final, an end.
He tried to live for a long time.
Okay, he tried to leave the hole, dejar el hueco, o vivir.
The house
Okay,
The whole. Mhm.
for a long time.
okay. I don't know if I say it. For a long time.
Madeline also wrote and Wilson. And he
Adeline also cried.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes, he cried and and asked for help, but nobody.
Uh-huh. No one could listen.
But nobody could listen. And then
And the night was coming. What a tragedy.
and then I was coming like in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Was
Okay.
coming.
And the night was coming. And the night was... Este tornó como una tipo historia de terror, something like that. Or sad.
Yes.
Yes. I was thinking it was gonna be something funny, but well, our students' minds are, I spent hours screaming and crying. Okay. Bueno, está súper llorón el Pepito. Poor boy. And then what happened? Yeah, lloró, he cried, he was in the hole, and then ya vamos dándole un end. An end to this story. Was it a magical creature? Una criatura mágica que le haya salvado, could be.
He found the door to Narnia.
Oh my God. He got the door to Narnia. Could be. What else could be, guys? Come on.
Let's be creative, guys.
Okay, a tiny being appeared. Como que un ser súper diminuto apareció, ¿no es cierto? A tiny being appeared. And also a fair and a wish. Okay. With a fair, ¿ya? Unamos de los dos que dijeron. With a fair. To grant a wish, para concederles un deseo, ¿no es cierto? To grant a wish. Uy, qué suertudo el Pepito. Ya, cambió su suerte. Oh my God. Yeah, I have a good idea. A flying pig, it says. So, yeah. What Pepito wished, lo que deseó Pepito, what Pepito wished was a flying pig. Oh my God. A flying pig to go out of the hole, of course, and to show his friends, his new creator. Yeah. And this is the story of Pepito.
Oh
Very
my
creative.
God.
Yes, thank you guys. Good job. So yes, that was a Pepito, our tiny boy. So I don't recommend you to put this kind of a story in the exam. Maybe one that is more normal. Yes, okay guys, so let's start. First of all, I'd like you to remember what we saw in the last class, which was about to and enough. Okay, so let's do a very fast exercise. Very fast. And we're just gonna choose if it's to and enough, okay? In the first, it says, I left the coffee for a minute to cool, para que se enfríe el coffee, because it was enough hot to drink or too hot to drink?
Too hot.
Too hot, thank you. Number 2, he wasn't strong enough, right? Number 3, there aren't. No. Yes, good. Oh, this can be, no, yes, it's okay. Number 4, do you have
enough?
Enough, good. Number 5, it is?
Too difficult.
Too difficult, thank you. Number 6, I do not have.
Enough.
Two. Enough.
Enough, I would say. Number 7, I didn't buy the car because it was?
Enough.
Too expensive. So not always it's gonna be when negative enough, because sometimes you have to find that sense. Tienen que encontrarle un poquito el sentido. Number 8.
Enough.
Enough. Exactly. Number 9.
Two.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're fast like this. So I think the last class was clear. And number 10.
Enough.
Enough. Thank you. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. The person who told me here too was okay. I didn't have too much time to prepare dinner. I think both can be. I think it can be both, but what? Yes, overall, great job.
Could be two si no tuviésemos el match. I don't have too much time. Sí.
Yes, could be.
Have too much time to prepare dinner.
Yes, maybe that sometimes the web pages don't have other options.
Both are okay.
Yes. Okay, let's go on. Now we're gonna see two types of email. Yeah, because today we're gonna see, well, the normal topic is formal and informal writing. Yes, so let's see. Here we have two emails. So I'd like to ask, please, André Carcelén, to read the first email.
Hi, Susan. Thank you very much for the birthday present. I really need a new computer game. So it is perfect. You're very kind. How are you? Good luck in your exams. I hope you pass with good marks. Speak soon, Tom.
Yes, thanks a lot, guys. Good job. And the second, please tell me, Diana Janet, the second.
To warn, it may concern. Please be advised that, effective immediately, we have terminated your account with Yesware due to repeated violation of our terms of service. We regret having to take his action, but after discussions with you month and date regarding your company's overwhelming message volume and persistent use of unsolicited email address, we have seen no change in your usage pattern. The manner in which you are using our service jeopardizes our reputation as well as the level of service we are able to provide thousands of other customer accounts. Sincerely, Justin Kohler.
Thank you so much, girl. Yeah, that was it. So here we have formal and informal email. Yeah, we have two types. Who tells me which of these is informal? The first or the second? The first. This is the informal. And well, the second would be the formal. Yeah, so I'd like you to tell me what differences can you notice in these two types of emails. ¿Qué diferencias pueden notar? What types of difference can you notice in this? Tell me. For example, the vocabulary. Yes, the vocabulary, ¿no es cierto? As you notice in the first, the girl was reading. Oh, the boy. No, the boy was
Expression
reading.
marks.
Excuse me?
Expression marks, los signos de expresión.
Expression marks. Great. Thank you so much, girl. Expression marks. Also, the vocabulary. ¿Sí se dieron cuenta que en el primero casi no le costó leer? And in the second, oh my God, the vocabulary was really hard. Formal words. Thank you, Stefania. She wrote in the chat. Formal words. Good job. What else can you notice? ¿Qué más pueden notar? Come on, come on. Help me. Maybe at the end. ¿Qué pueden notar at the end? What can you notice at the end of the emails?
Madeleine also writes something in the chat.
Okay. The forms to, oh, exactly. Thank you, Madeleine. The salutation, in this case, it's gonna be, well, later we will see the structure, but what you told me is like the salutation and also the closing. Yes. So, really good, guys, yeah? You notice the differences, which are very important to notice. Can you see anything else? ¿Algo más tal vez que se me pase por alto? Anything else? Oh, somebody wrote in the chat. Let me see. The first is shorter, exactly. So yes, as you said, the first is shorter because it's informal, so it's like more direct. And in the second, in the informal, it's like more detail. Good job, guys. Well, so as I told you, today we're gonna see the differences between formal and informal writing, but in an email. So first of all, I'd like you to show which are the differences, because then we're gonna continue with the writing. So let's start. Here I prepared for you this. Let me show you, in which we can see some of the differences between both. But much better, I'm gonna open here. Yes, because in this type of, yes, here it is. So let's read about the differences about the writing and formal and informal. So informal, what do we have informal, Gina? Can you help me, please?
Full sentences.
And informal?
Informal, sorry. Short sentences, lack formal grammar, vocabulary and contradiction, idioms, and
Thank you, girl. No more. Thank you. So we're gonna read in this way. Vamos a leer de esa manera. Formal full sentences, informal short sentences. And yes, as you can see, full sentences like long sentences, and short, okay? Now the second, help me please. Who's here? Santiago Cando. Oops.
Yes, teacher.
Oops. Yeah, help me with the second.
Formal correct grammar and vocabulary, and informal lack formal grammar and vocabulary.
What can you say about this, Santiago?
Words more formal?
Exactly. So informal, yes, we use it like more advanced vocabulary. Thank you, boy. Now the next, help me, Raúl Benavides.
Yes, teacher.
Help me with this, please, boy.
No contractions and informal contractions. O era al revés.
All the way around. I'm gonna, yeah, like this.
Yes. Formal no contraction and informal contractions.
Exactly. Which are the contractions, Raúl? Do you know which are they?
Like can, not, can't.
Perfect job. That's it. Thank you. Now, Estefania, hey girl, help me with the next, please. Estefania Cusco.
I'm sorry, mi internet está, todo está feo, no escucho nada.
Oh, okay, you just have to read this, girl. No idioms and?
Idioms.
Do you know which are the idioms?
¿Cómo sería ahí? De los idiomas dependiendo del país.
No, don't worry. Those are the languages. Those are the languages, yeah. But the idioms is como, digamos, it's like something that belongs to the country. Algo que pertenece al país o al idioma. Yes, it's not the language, no es el idioma en sí, but it's like an expression of there. For example, on point. On point. In English is like, good job, but on point. There's no word or there's no expression in Spanish exact like that, okay? That's like an idiom. Then we have the next, which is a passive voice. Tell me, Kevin.
Formal passive voice, informal active voice.
Do you know how are they different?
No.
No, you're not sure?
Not
Okay, so the passive voice, it's like talking like he was delayed. Like you put the verb with ed, yes, like in past. And active voice is, for example, like you say, hey, hello, how are you? It's very direct. The passive voice is like more like in a third person, like not direct. And the active is more. Then we have phrasal verbs. We already know which are the phrasal verbs. We have had a class of that, if you remember. So yes, in the formal, you can see that we have no phrasal verbs, and in the informal, yes, phrasal verbs. So what you have to remember in this is that in the formal emails, it's like in Spanish, you have to be very respectful, super respetuoso, very respectful. You don't have to use phrasal verbs, like for example, get up, turn off. No, you don't have to use those types of phrasal verbs, no idiom, no contractions. For example, in the case that you want to say don't, no, that's a contraction. So you have to write the complete word, do not. And this is very important because sometimes in the exams, not just from CAI, but exams that are international, they tell you, you should write a formal email. And it's important to know that in the formals, you don't have to use the contractions and also neither the phrasal verbs or abbreviations. Also, yes, somebody told me when we were doing the exercise in Jamboard that it's not necessary the exclamation marks. That was really good. No exclamation marks. It's not necessary. And finally, in the formal, remember formal is a respectful. No imperatives. O sea, como que no órdenes, no órdenes. You should do this. You have to know. No. It's not well done. And here in the informal, all of that is possible because in the informal, sometimes it's for friends or sometimes it's for people you know. So in the informal, you have trust. Yes. Como que tienes confianza. You trust with this person. Okay. So those are the differences between both. And now, let's go on to do an exercise about this. Well, first of all, I'd like to tell me somebody, let me see who's here. Jimmy Andrade. Can you tell me, please, about differences between both? Formal and informal?
Excuse me, teacher.
Can you tell me differences about formal and informal emails?
Differences
Those that you remember, las que puedas recordar, those that you remember.
The goodbye, ¿qué más?
What else?
The words,
Mm-hmm.
The connectors, ¿qué ¿Qué más? Informal, informal.
The connectors. Thank you, boy.
I don't know, remember more.
Okay, don't worry. Let's see who else. Jorge Luna, you're there? Yes, hey.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I listen. So tell me, which more differences can you see?
And entre informal, formal, informal. The structure of the paragraph.
Okay.
In the formal is more organized.
Exactly.
And
Good.
had introduction. No sé cómo sería despedidas. Eso.
Yeah, later we'll see. Thank you so much, Jorge. Excellent job. Okay, guys. So right now we're gonna do this exercise. Today I'm a little bit worried because I'm with a new computer and it's a little bit different from mine. But well, let's do this. Yes, what we're gonna do in this exercise is reading 3 apology emails. So apology, does anybody know what's an apology? ¿Alguien sabe? Does anybody know what's an apology? Cri cri.
Remember the song we made some units ago? Melanie fue la primerita que me dijo qué significaba por la canción.
¿Disculparse?
That's it. Thank you. So yes, an apology email is como un email de disculpa. So that's what we're gonna read right now. Vamos a leer esto. But the thing is that we have to answer 2 questions. See, for each email, we're gonna answer 2 questions. The first is, what is each person apologizing for? What is each person apologizing for? Yeah, what is the reason of the apology? And the second, what offer or suggestion does each person make? Yeah, so the first is the reason of the apology. And the second, what offer or suggestion? I mean, like, ¿qué ofrece? as an apology, okay? So let's start with the first reading. Jennifer Erazo, can you help me, Carl? Thank you.
Ya, sí, me escucho.
Yes.
Hi, Jack and Brenda. A quick message to say we're really sorry. We had to leave early last Saturday. The dinner was terrific and we had a great time. It's a shame the woman looking after the kite fell unwell and we had to go home. You must come round to our house for dinner. We'll be in touch soon. All the best, Don.
Thank you, Carl. Okay, so tell me, you, the same Jenny. What is this person apologizing for? Jenny? Yes, okay.
¿Se escuchó o no se escucha?
Yes, I listen, I listen.
Okay.
Well, I listen and then I don't listen. Escucho y después ya no. Can you talk a little bit?
Sorry, es que mi internet está un poco malo.
Don't worry.
¿Me puede repetir la pregunta, please?
Okay. But if you tell me in English, huh? Can you?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. What is this person apologizing for? What is the reason of this apology email?
In other words, Jennifer, what is this person sorry for? What is she being or he being sorry for in this email?
I think it's her internet that she cannot listen well.
Yes, because there's no reply.
And yes, I know she understands leaving early. Thank you so much, Kevin. That was the answer. Yeah, Jennifer, don't worry. A hero will come and save you. Yes, that's leaving early. That's the reason. Now, another person, Ronnie, what offer or suggestion does this person make? I mean, like, what does he offer? ¿Qué le ofrece como disculpa?
Yes, teacher.
What do you think?
Brenda offered must come round to our house for dinner.
And what's that? It's an invitation, isn't it? Yes, thank you, Ronnie. Excellent job. That's what this person offered, an invitation for a dinner. So two things. The first is the suggestion, the first is the apology and then the suggestion. Let's see with the next. Here we have the second.
Or just before you continue, Jenny, I think it's good for students to know the meaning of come around. Algunas veces nosotros como que asumimos el significado de una palabra por asociación. Ya en este nivel ustedes están en esa capacidad. So maybe Ronnie knew the meaning of come around because he associated the rest of the sentence. You must come around to our house for dinner. ¿Sí? Como que quiere decir, claro, nos da ese significado de que hablamos de una casa, de una cena, pero a veces si no tenemos el significado de esa palabra no estamos seguros, ¿no es cierto? Here we have, you must come around to our house for dinner. Deberías venir a mi casa, ¿sí? Para cenar. Es una forma un poco, como veíamos antecitos, una forma cortés de invitar a alguien, ¿sí? So why don't you come around to our house? Why don't you come around to have some drinks and play some games, for example? So don't forget, no se olviden que este verbo que tenemos aquí, come around, sería un verbo, un phrasal verb, ¿sí? Que significa venir. En este caso nos da ese significado como de invitación. Now you can move to the next apology email.
Yes, thank you, girl. Thank you, teacher. Let's continue with the next. And yes, thank you for the statement, for the acceleration. So it's very important to know that word. And now let's continue with the second and let's answer both questions. Can you help me please, Maffer? Nope, I can't hear you. Okay, don't worry.
Muy lejos, está como que muy bajito el micrófono, Mafe.
Try to fix that, okay? Trata de arreglar. Help me please in this exercise, Steven.
Okay. There is Mr. Palmer. Thank you for your email of 22 May about the difficult problem you have. We are writing to apologize about the long difficult time you experienced. Recently, we have had a few problems and we are working hard to reduce this time for our customers. We hope you will shop with us again. So we are offering you a 10% of discount on the next book you buy from us. This is our way of saying sorry about the problems you had. Your sincerely, Kate Hughes, Customer Service Manager.
Yes, excellent reading, thanks. Tell me, the same, Stephen, tell me, what's the reason of the apology?
He offered apologize for long time you experience.
On me? No, that person. Yes, thank you.
The person experience.
Yes, thanks a lot. The long delivery time. Good. And another person, whoever, what is the suggestion or what are they offering as an apology?
They offering him a 10% discount on the next book that he buy.
Excellent, yes. You use it very well, the he and him. Perfect job. And somebody wrote in chat, offering 10%. Thank you, Gina, that's it. Great, and let's finish with the third email, and that would be it about this exercise. Who hasn't participated? Darling. You know, I really like your name because it's like telling you cariño all the time. So yes, help me reading this.
Okay, dear Celia, I'm writing to let you know that we need to rearrange tomorrow's meeting. I'm very sorry about that. Unfortunately, Gary was just asked me to prepare a report on the staff we have here in our London office. He says it's urgent. Can we meet next Monday afternoon instead? I'm very sorry to put our meeting off, but I have to finish this report by end of the day tomorrow. Let me know if next Monday afternoon is possible for you. Best wishes, Katie.
Thanks, girl. Just now tell me the reason of the apology.
Is the the meeting is cancelled.
The meeting.
The apologize is no, is the next Monday after.
Okay, great. Oh, you tell me both. Thank you. And Kevin, you're right too. So the reason is because they have to, well, the meeting is canceled, as Darlene told, and they have to rearrange. Yes, like como otra vez reagendar. And the suggestion is to do it the next Monday. Yes, thank you guys. Great job. Now, let's continue with our next exercise. Let me show you. And this is gonna be the explanation of how to write an email. So let's visualize it. Here it is. Yes, well, this app is very cool because you will see. So let's pay attention because then we're gonna do an exercise with this and you have to know the structure, okay? Yeah, of an email, the first thing that you should know and that you should write is the subject line. Like in Spanish, the subject line. But what's the subject line? Let's see, let's read what's the subject line. Hear me please reading Eliana. What does it say that is the subject line? Eliana. Yes, you. What happened? You have microphone problems? Le estás dando turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. Okay, don't worry. Tell me. Okay, help me.
¿Sí? Es que he estado conectado por el audio normal, no por el audio de la compu.
Ok.
Ya. Leo la frase, ¿verdad?
Yes, read that sentence.
This is a short blazer that summarizes the reason for your message.
Thank you, girl. That's it. So yes, as you see, the subject line is the short phrase is short. Even if it's formal or informal, it's short, but summarizes the reason for the whole message. And here we have some examples. So informal, for example, can be required student meeting December 5th, 9:30 a.m. So it's short, but it's more detailed than the informal. The informal is just upcoming meeting, como que hay reunión, no se olvidarán. Upcoming meeting, but the formal, it's like requires starting meeting, December 5th, and even the hour. Then we have the salutation. Yeah, the salutation. Yes. Melanie, can you help me reading?
This is the first line of your email and generally acts as the greeting.
Thank you, girl. So yes, greeting, the meaning of greeting is saludo, no? And it says, this is the first line and generally acts as a greeting. So it's like hello, but it has different approaches because informal, you know that as I told you, they have like very advanced vocabulary. So we have here an example. To whom it may concern. To whom it may concern. This is very formal. Or dear Professor Smith, also formal. All the way around, in informal is like, hey class, oh, hello Jenny. Yeah. Then we have the body. The body. Diana Bonilla, help me reading, please, girl.
This is where you'll share for your message. It's important to write clearly and concisely.
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 Yes, thank you. Yeah, so as you say, is where you share your full message, where you write all the important, well, where you write that reason while you're writing, I mean the objective, the goal of your email. And here we have, in this case, I wrote this, which says, remember the type of writing that I told you before. You remember that it was no contractions, phrasal verbs, depending if it's formal, those are not necessary or those are not needed. And in informal, you need, not necessarily you need it, but you can use them, okay? Los pueden usar. And closing, okay, ya vamos por el closing. Let's see what happens here. Dustin, help me read it, please.
This is the last line and should wrap up your message. This is also where you may reiterate any request you have made in the body of your message.
Thank you so much. So yes, this is the last time and should wrap up your message, like como que wrap up, como darle una conclusión, yes, you know, like with this, I finish my email. And here we have some examples. Informal, we have, I look forward to speaking with you on Wednesday. And in informal, don't forget to reply me, please. Yes, so this is just like the conclusion of the email. Like, yeah, almost saying bye. And finally, the signature. Yes, this is common in emails. I don't use it all the time, but probably in the future we have to use it. So yes, it says the signature is where you identify yourself by name, title, and any other relevant information to your communications. Okay, but in this case it is the same. Informal, it's important to add every detail, like here, sincerely, Alan Gotton, user experience, ABC company. But in informal, sometimes just with your name is okay. Imagine if it's for a friend, you just say, even you can write your nickname. Como saben poner, ¿qué saben poner de nickname cuando jugamos? The Bus. Entonces se pueden poner aquí The Bus, and it could be okay. Yes, because it's informal and it's for a friend. Well, if it's not for a friend, I wouldn't recommend you write your name. Yes. Okay, so that was how to write an email. Later we will do an example with this, but now we are going to complete an exercise of an interesting page, which is from British Council, and it's useful to practice all of our skills because it has different skills to prepare. So here we are. Here we have some examples and then we have some tasks to complete. Okay, so let's read very fast. Maria Santin, help me reading, darling, please. Honey.
Hi, Linda. How's it going? Sorry, I haven't been in touch for such a long time, but I've had exams, so I've been studying every 3 minutes. Anyway, I'd love to hear all your news, and I'm hoping we can get together soon to catch up. We just moved to a bigger flat, so maybe you can come and visit when we can. How's the new job? Looking forward to hearing from you, Helen.
Thank you, girl. Excellent. I have just a recommendation for everybody. Remember that in English, when we find the letter U, most of the time, not always, but most of the time sounds like an A. So it could be like in touch for such a long time. Yes, to sound better. Not always. There are some exceptions. And let's continue with the second. Daniela Dibujes, help me please, girl.
Hi, Helga. I've been meaning to write to you for ages. No, so don't worry. How did your exams go? When will you know your results? I'm sure you did brilliantly, as always. As for me, I will have been in the new job 3 months by the end of next week, so I'm feeling more settled. At first, I felt like I had no idea what I was doing, but now I realize it's normal to feel like that. There was a lot to learn, there still is actually, and I soon had to get used to the idea that I can't know everything. I used to work late a lot and at weekends, but I'm slowly getting into a normal routine, which means I'd love to come and visit. We really need a good catch up. I can't believe we haven't seen each other since Carl's wedding. How does next month sound? Anyway, I'd better get back to work. Congratulations on the new flat. Can't wait to see you. Love, Linda.
Thank you, girl. So these are 2 emails of different topics, but right now we're gonna try to do these tasks to see how it goes, okay? So everybody can help me, yes? You just have to tell me. In number 1, it says, hi is less formal than dear. Less significa menos, ¿no? Entonces dice, hi is less formal than dear. Is it true or false?
True.
True.
True. Ok. No les voy a decir si está bien o mal. Después lo chequearemos, ¿ok? Number 2, how's it going? It's an informal way to say how are you? True or false?
True. False.
True, false, true.
False.
True, false. Oh my God, este está divided. Now what do we do? False, true. True. Okay, the majority is gonna win, ¿ya? La mayoría va a ganar. So, las personas que digan true, the people who says true, hagan una reacción, ¿sí? ¿Se acuerdan cómo hacíamos las reacciones? Entonces, las personas que digan que es true, levanten su manito en Zoom. O bueno, también en persona, les voy a estar mirando. Ok, Steven says true.
Jimmy.
Jorge.
Samantha, Diana.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
8. 9. 10. I think we can say that it's true. But, well, later we'll see. Number 3, it says, it's important to give the reason. It's important to give the reason for writing in the first sentence. True or false?
This is true.
True, dicen, okay. False. So this is the salutation, I would say. Remember that the reason we can say that in the body. But if you say it's true, we're gonna write it to true and later we will check it. Number 4, it says phrasal verbs like catch up make your writing sound more formal. Ya, este les quiero ver. True or false? I hear you. I repeat this part. Phrasal verbs like catch up make your writing, like catch up is good for formal. True or false?
False?
False, teacher.
False.
Okay, yeah, I see. I feel okay. Yeah, remember that phrasal verbs, no informal. Like phrasal verbs es para un amiguito, para un informal. Siempre que escribamos formal, todo completo, nada de phrasal verbs, todo muy educado. Number 5, how does na-na-na sound is an informal way of suggesting something. What do you think, true or false? True. True. You can talk. Remember that you can talk.
False.
True. Ok, ya tenemos un false por ahí, pero está ganando la mayoría true. Okay. And finally, number 6. People don't write in paragraphs in informal emails. People don't write in paragraphs in informal emails.
False.
False. Okay. Okay, let's check it. Yeah, let's check. Thank you for participating. Okay, here we have one wrong. Oh, almost. Yeah, nos sacamos un 8. Yes, but just for a little thing. So remember, the first sentence, la primera oración, the first sentence was the hello. Ese era. No, todavía no vamos a llegar a la reason. Not yet. Despuésito sí la reason. But the first sentence is the salutation. Like hello, or dear professor. O incluso había ese que era súper formal. I don't know if you remember. To whom it may concern. To whom it may concern. That's very, very formal. Okay. Let's go to the next. It says, match the sentences and the replies. So here we have first, I was wondering if you want to go for dinner. Okay, So now we have to give an answer for this. Which of these do you think is the most suitable? La más adecuada for this? I was wondering if you want to go for dinner. This, I'm going to ask you this individually, ¿ya? Este les voy a preguntar individualmente. So I'd like to hear from Andrés Guerra, the first participation. So he says, I was wondering, como me estaba preguntando, if you want to go for dinner. ¿Sí? Si es que te quieres ir a cenar. It's just the example, no? But how could you answer?
I'd love to. How about Tuesday?
On Tuesday, I'm busy, so not. Yes, that's it. Good job. Yes, let's go to the next. It says, I'm really sorry, I've not been in touch. Es como que siento haberme alejado, siento no haber estado, you know, like talking with you. Tell me, there's somebody, let me see. Cynthia Hidalgo. Tell me, I'm really sorry, I've not been in touch. How do you think can be the answer?
Sorry to hear that.
Excuse me?
Sorry to hear that.
Okay, could be, but there's one better. Podría ser, pero hay una mejor. There's one better. Porque si no ha estado en contacto, ese era, en contacto, it's because, como, ¿quién me dijo en chat? Eli told me, don't worry, I've been super busy too. O sea, los dos han estado ocupaditos, super busy. Now let's go to the next. Help me, Wilson. Help me, please. How are you doing? This is like, how's it going? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? Sure?
Any, no.
So remember that how are you doing is like, how are you? ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah.
O ¿cómo te va?
So good to hear your news.
But so good to hear your news sería como, qué bueno escuchar esas noticias. Ajá.
Happy to help.
Yeah. In this case, we're gonna answer like in Spanish. Like sometimes when somebody asks us, cuando alguien nos pregunta, es como, ¿cómo te va? Y no dices, bien, ¿y tú? No, no es cierto. Bueno, a veces sí para ser súper cortante, ¿no? Pero also you can say, ahí vamos, las cosas están bien, van mal.
Things have been good.
Things have been good.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not like, I'm okay, and you? No, sometimes it's like you give a little bit more of talking. Then the next it says, just to let you know I passed my exams. Próximamente ustedes en nuestros exámenes de inglés. Just to let you know I passed my exams. Madeline, what do you think is it?
So good to hear your news.
Exactly. So good to hear your news. Buenazo. And then it says, I've been ill. Estado enfermo. Ill is enfermo, ¿no? I've been ill for most of the month, so I couldn't come to your party. Coronavirus. Yeah. So which do you think would be the answer?
Sorry?
Sorry to hear that. Exactly. Thank you. And finally, I was hoping you could do me a favor. And in this case, of course, it would be, yeah, well, nobody answered me, but it's very obvious, no?
Yeah.
It's happy to help any way I can. A ver si es que estamos bien. Let's see. Yes. 100. Good job. And let's finish with that task. 3. The third task. And here it says, write one word to fill each gap. Ahora vamos a ver si estuvieron atentos a esto, a la segunda, to the task number 2. So, let's see. I'm not gonna say anybody. I'm gonna say just someone. Santiago Cando. In number 1, sorry, I haven't been.
I don't know, teacher.
Okay, comodín, compañeros. Yes, thank you, Made. Yes, in this case, it's gonna be, thank you, Santi. So now you're not gonna forget. Ahora sí no te vas a olvidar. It's being in touch. Como que estar en contacto. Being in touch. Number 2. Have me, Jorge Luna, number 2.
No me acuerdo, la verdad, teacher.
You don't remember, come on. Okay. If nobody remembers, no, well, justo las personas que no les, que les pregunto, they don't remember. Vamos a revisarles rapidito. I was wondering if you want to go for dinner. I'd love to. How about Tuesday? I'm really sorry. I've not been in touch. Don't worry. I've been super busy too. How are you doing? Things have been good and bad. Just to let you know, I passed my exams. So good to hear your news. The next, I've been ill for most of the month, so I couldn't come to your party. Sorry to hear that. And finally, I was hoping you could do me a favor. This is like a song, hay una canción of Arctic Monkeys. Do me a favor, something like that. Well, I was hoping you could do me a favor. Happy to help any way I can. Sí, feliz de ayudarte de la manera que pueda. Happy to help any way I can. Now, let's see. Veamos si tienen una buena memoria, si han comido harta almendra. Almendras buenas, yes. Number 2. I've been meaning to write you. 4 ages, okay. This wasn't there. Esta creo que no estaba ya, but let's see. Number 3. How did your exams
Go.
go? Thanks a lot. Number 4. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Este les he de decir yo, cuando vamos a empezar algo.
At first.
At first. At first. Thank you, Maffer. Thank you, boy. At first. So yes, sometimes we say at first, at the beginning, at the end. Number 5. Anyway, I'd better chat. Okay, thank you for answering in chat, but I would prefer you speak. Okay? He said yes. Anyway, go back. Number 6. Can't wait
To see you.
To see you.
to see you. Thanks a lot. Number 7. We really need a good catch. Aquí tenemos el catch up, yes. And finally, number 8. I can't believe we haven't seen each other.
Signs.
Since, could be, since Carl's wedding. So remember that this is an exception and the letter I sounds like E, so it will be since. Let's see. Oh my God, really good. I didn't expect that. Great job. Now I expect better things from you. Okay, now let's answer very, very fast this question. Okay, guys, tell me, what's the best way? Yeah, ¿cuál es la mejor manera? What's the best way to keep in touch? Yes, remember to keep in touch with your friends that you don't see often. Who tells me? Madeleine, can you help me with that question?
Please repeat the question.
What's the best way to stay in touch with friends you don't see often?
I usually send message or call them.
That's it. Thank you, girl. Yes, so here we have a writing. What do you think, Raul? What's the best way to stay in touch with friends you don't see often?
WhatsApp, teacher.
Oh my God. Yes, well, in fact, yes, WhatsApp is the best way. But it's a bit, well, it's not similar an email, but it's writing, which is important. Okay, guys, and the last question for Steven. I know you like to talk, so tell me the same question.
Well, I use the Facebook Messenger or the WhatsApp or chat with my friends that today I can see for the pandemic.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes when we meet, see face to face, use Zoom or Microsoft Teams.
Yes, also the technological tools. Thank you, Steven. Excellent. Okay, guys. Well, now let's go to our production. Yes. So what we're gonna do this time is writing an email, of course, but the dynamic is fun. Yeah. First of all, it's gonna be, pay attention because this is what you have to do. Okay. First of all, you have to write an apology email. Apology email. Yes. Andres, do you remember what's an apology email? Yes? Yeah, okay, I see your face that you say. Yes, an apology email. Acuérdense de un email de disculpa. Yeah, so you're gonna write that. But what's gonna be the topic? ¿Cuál va a ser el tema? Yeah. You're gonna give an apology. You're gonna apologize with teacher Steffi. Se van a disculpar con la teacher Steffi por haber hecho algo malo en clases. Okay, you're gonna apologize with teacher Steffi for doing something bad in class. Yeah. So it could be, this is creative for your mind. Yes, you can choose what you did. Well, the thing is, yeah, la cosa es que, the thing is that I'm gonna divide you in two groups. Yeah, les voy a dividir en dos grupos. The first group is gonna write in an informal email, and the second group is gonna write a formal email. So the first, what are they gonna write in the first, Dustin? Cachar. ¿Qué van a escribir en el primer grupo, Dustin? ¿Formal or informal?
Formal.
Are you sure?
Informal.
Okay. Yeah. Entonces, yes. The first is gonna write informal. Desde Andrade les voy a...
También en inglés es muy importante la puntuación. Si por ahí veo a alguien que escribió Dear Teacher Steffi con S minúscula, oh my God, I'm going to cry instead of apologizing you. Don't forget commas, capital letters, spaces between paragraphs. All of that, it's very important.
And also don't forget the signature at the end.
Yes, because otherwise I don't know who is apologizing. No sé a quién tengo que ponerle la falta si es que no me dicen ahí quién está pidiendo disculpas, right? I can see regards, Patricia, very good, best wishes. Also, something you need to take into account. Estoy viendo justo algunos emails. No se olviden de poner la coma justo después del closing. Cualquiera que sea la frase que ustedes ocupen para despedirse, un mail formal, semiformal o informal, siempre va una coma, ¿sí? Después de regards, coma. Kind regards, coma. Sincerely, coma, ¿ok? Very good, bye. Esas pequeñas cositas en los detalles de puntuación pueden ser determinantes al momento de leer o de calificar pues un email. Suena facilito hacer un email porque básicamente es un ejercicio que hemos hecho desde primer nivel, right? This is the first thing you learn when you are writing. So it's basically something we are very used to see or to write an email, but it's also a good idea to start pulling all these details we have on the writing or on the form of the email. Sí, mucho ojo a los detalles ya en este punto de cómo escribir un email.
Sí, sí, justo eso también les estaba conversando, que los emails saben salir en los exámenes y no solo en los exámenes de la U, sino también en los internacionales.
Exactly. Siempre, siempre de cajón es un email. Si tienen que dar un examen internacional, tengan por seguro que va a ser un email. Lo que no van a saber es si es formal o informal. Siempre la segunda opción, porque generalmente en exámenes internacionales tienen 2 o 3 writings, les van a poner de cajón un email y luego otro que pueden elegir, un article, a review, or maybe an essay. So you need to know how to write all of this very well. So I can read, por ahí leo un anónimo, hello teacher, y ese hello con minúscula. Come on, por ahí un I apologize, I con minúsculas. Pay attention to capital letters. Eso sí es algo muy, muy, muy importante. El sujeto, el pronombre personal, I, jamás de los jamases en minúscula, nunca en inglés. Siempre I va a ir con mayúscula. ¿Sí? Así estemos escribiendo en medio de la oración, I es el único pronombre que va escrito siempre con mayúsculas. Okay, I can keep on reading some others. Hi, teacher. I'm writing to apologize. I hope you're good. Okay. I'm writing to apologize for causing you the accident in class. Oh my God. What accident? Oh my God, I fell out of my chair. Was a joke for a classmate. Oh my gosh. Jennifer, what kind of jokes you play on the teachers? But I fell asleep and I woke up when the class was over. Okay. Very, very good apology emails. Well done, Santi.
Just, you're gonna have just 1 more minute to finish with your signature and we're done, okay, with this activity. Just a minute to the last details.
So you had to write formal or informal, right?
The first half informal and the second half formal.
Yes, because I see some hi, hello, and yes, formal, I know. No se olviden de firmar, ¿no? De poner su nombre después al finalizar el email.
Está muy bonito este. Sincerely, Daniel. Yours sincerely. Yours sincerely. Thank you. In fact, today that I give that class of the email, I just remembered every detail because you know that the memory is fragile, so it has a structure. Here is for me. Okay, guys, that would be it. That's our exercise for today. I'd like to thank all of you. You helped me a lot. Thanks, guys. It was very helpful for me. I think it was a good exercise. Well, we did good. And that's it. Hope you have learned. Espero que sí se les haya quedado toda la estructura. Thank you. See you the next class.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
I see you the
teacher.
next Saturday.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks.
Thank you, teacher.
Ni se me emocionen tanto con apagar las cámaras. Y ya les veo. Uy, ahorita sí ya apago. Wait a second. We're gonna make a review. Vamos a hacer un pequeño review. Hi, baby Steffi. So we're gonna make a review. And remember that we saw some phrases to return something into a shop or maybe to make a complaint. ¿Se acuerdan cuáles eran esas frases que vimos en la mañana para devolver algo? Do you remember?
Exchange.
Can I exchange or can I change?
Refund.
Can I have a refund? Very good.
Replace.
Remember, very good. I put you in this classwork sheet. You have some of the phrases. You have, could you help me, please? I'd like to return this clock, please. Could I speak to the manager? That was a very useful phrase, ¿no es cierto? Cuando no se sienten conformes con la explicación de un vendedor, ustedes van directo como que al cargo más superior, ¿no es cierto? Entonces dicen, could I speak or could I talk to the manager, please? So, if you need to remember these phrases, si necesitan por ahí una revisión o un recordatorio de estas frases, tienen estas frases justo en la actividad que les creé, ¿sí? Con el nombre de Classwork Number 8. Adicional, les añadí un par de frases que podrían serles de ayuda, ¿sí? Si alguien pues le toca hacer el rol de vendedor, de shop assistant, pueden utilizar cualquiera de estas frases en el recuadro tomate. So, can I help you? May I help you? May I ask why you are returning it? ¿Sí? Podría preguntarle o me permite preguntarle por qué está devolviendo esto. ¿Sí? Do you have the receipt? Are no refunds on sale items? Esto es muy importante. Generalmente cuando ustedes compran algo en descuento, on sale, no les permiten devolver ese producto. So, are no refunds on sale items? ¿Hay devolución o no hay devolución en estos productos que están en oferta? ¿Sí? Nos permite a nosotros saber esto. We don't give refunds if the items were on sale. No le damos devoluciones o reembolsos si cualquiera de nuestros productos estuvo en oferta. You also have some other useful phrases if you are playing as the customer. Si por otra parte ustedes son el cliente, también pueden utilizar varias de estas frases. I want to return this jacket or I want to return this book. Sí, cualquiera les puede ser muy útil. So, I think you guess what are you going to do, right? Creo que ya saben qué es lo que van a hacer. you're going to make a conversation, guys. So I'm going to make groups. Les voy a hacer grupos. You're going to have 20 minutes to prepare a very good conversation. Returning goods or making complaints. Pueden elegir ustedes si van a devolver, van a pedir un reembolso, anything you want, okay? So I'm going to make the groups. I'm going to give you more minutes. Les voy a dar un poquito más de tiempo. You're going to have 30 minutes to make your conversation. ¿Sí? 30 minutos. Recuerden, chicos, adicional que pueden ustedes compartir pantalla. Cuando ustedes ingresan a los grupos pequeños, pueden compartir pantalla, si se les hace más fácil tal vez ir escribiendo sus aportes para la conversación. So you're going to have 30 minutes to make, sorry guys, your conversations. I'm out of voice. Ya me estoy quedando sin voz. So let's see. We're going to have just one group of 3 people. Let me see. I'm going to make you bigger. Sí, les voy a hacer grupos de 3. Creo que esta vez sí pueden hacer con grupos de 3 porque por ahí alguien puede participar incluso como manager. So let me see. Okay. There are going to be 2 groups of 2. Solo va a haber 2 grupos de 2 personas. Y luego vamos a tener grupos de 3. Okay, so pay attention to your classmate. Mucha atención a quien les tocó como compañero, porque si por ahí a alguien se le va la señal y tengo que volver a ingresar, siempre les pregunto con quién les tocó. ¿Sí? Pay attention to the name of your classmates and start entering to the group. Vayan aceptando el mensaje que les sale de grupo y algo adicional. Si ya dentro de los grupos pequeños que hacen ustedes deciden apagar las cámaras, no hay problema. Pero cuando regresemos, ¿sí? Al grupo que le vaya tocando participar, por favor, les voy a pedir que prendan las cámaras al momento de su participación. Okay, guys? So, good luck, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed this exercise. You can start clicking on the message. Okay, well done. I'm going to change. Jennifer, you are in a group. I'm going to leave you out of that group. So I will have to change. No. Sorry. ¿En qué grupo estás, Jennifer? En el 4.
En el 4 estoy.
Ok. Eso, ahí creo que están todos grupos de 3. Giancarlos, as always, accept to your group.
He slept. Tenía aquí a mi perrito, esa checha que estaba que quería que lo saque y yo en medio de la clase yo así, no.
Sí, así suele pasar. Giancarlos, are you there?
Lo voy a sacar ahorita ya, rapidito.
Yes.
Oh, bueno, no me quedo.
Sí, just...
Madeleine, si estás, tenía un problema con el internet al último y como que se fue, profe. ¿Estás, Madeleine?
No, it's not here. Se le fue el porque no está, ya mismo me debe ingresar a la clase. So, until that happens, Andre, give me another number.
5.
5. Let's go to group number 5 then. Cynthia Hidalgo, Darling, and Dianita Bonilla. Darling, it's ready. I can see Darling over there. Cinti también ya está lista. Y Dianita, you're there, ladies. You can start anytime.
Yeah, okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I want to complain because our room is too noisy. The people in the next room have loud parties every night. We have not been able to sleep very well. Also, the hotel bed is very uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry, but this week there is a tennis tournament going on in town, and the hotel is full of younger people who are unfortunately quite noisy. We understand, but it is very uncomfortable. If you don't take action, we will move to another hotel. Don't worry, this situation will be solved.
Okay.
Okay, we hope so. Since you've been so inconvenienced by this incident, I'd be glad to offer you a free room for your next visit at our hotel. I'll give you a voucher right now. You can use it anytime you wish.
Oh, that's just great.
We are so glad we could work this out. We want to come back here. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Cinti sigue enojada. Aunque le dan el ticket, sigue enojada, Cinti. Okay, thank you, ladies. Well done. Very good job. You were complaining about the noise in the hotel. Very good. Cinti, que estaba tan enojadita. Give me a number.
Number 2.
Number 2. Let's move to group number 2. Thank you. So, Nina, Raúl, and Samantha. Let's listen to you guys. Okay, Nina is ready, Raúl as well, and just waiting for Samantha. There you are. Okay, you can start whenever you want, guys.
Yeah. Excuse me, can I help you?
Yes, of course. What can I do for you?
I bought a dress for my daughter this afternoon, but it doesn't fit her is today.
Do you want to change it?
I would like to change it to a smaller size. Do you have this small?
I'll check it out. Let's see. We have only large and extra large. Which one do you prefer?
I think I prefer a refund.
Okay, let me communicate with the manager.
How can I help you? I need a refund because this dress is not small. Wait, could you wait a few minutes? Okay, thank you. I'm very sorry, the history doesn't make returns. If you want, we can help you with a change of pattern. Oh, what a shame. Then I will take that garment. Okay, we please sure. Thank you. No problem.
Es todo, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, teacher.
Oh,
Thank you, teacher.
that store doesn't allow returns, refunds. Qué exigente la tienda de Raúl y de Nina. No refunds. Thank you. So let's go back to group number 10. Are you ready now? Madeline is here. Ahora que volvió Madeline.
Sí, yes.
Jimmy and Andre. Okay,
Okay,
I
teacher.
see you guys. Yes. If you're ready, you can start.
Okay. Good morning. Could you hear me, please?
Hello, sure. Tell me how can I help you?
Excuse me. The last week I bought a share and I want to change it.
Do you have the receipt?
No, I don't have the receipt.
Sorry, I can't help you. I need your receipt. So now I am going to call the manager.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
I have a problem with a client. Please, can you come?
Sure. Wait a moment. Ya fui. What is the problem?
The client haven't the receipt and he went to exchange the t-shirt.
Yes, I like to change this share, please. I think better and I don't like the color.
Doesn't the receipt have the date?
Yes, it is with my name, Jimmy Maldonado.
Andre, please, could you check in the receipt in the system?
Yes, sure. Give a moment. I check it. Yes, I found it.
Okay, no problem. Please help him with with the show the other t-shirt with different colors.
Okay, thank you. Teacher, thanks.
Thank you, guys. Si en todas las tiendas fueran así de eficientes como Madeline, busquen la factura en el sistema y arreglen el problema. Very good.
Es por el viaje hasta Guayaquil, profe.
Sí, si no tiene que ir, tengo que ir a reclamar a Guayaquil. Jimmy le va a tocar irse a ver la camiseta a Guayaquil. So, just two things I noticed when you were talking. Por ahí, André, le escuché, the client haven't the receipt. Acuérdense que hablamos de el cliente, es él o ella, ¿no es cierto? En este caso era él, era Jimmy. He hasn't the receipt. The client hasn't the receipt. Y por ahí, Andrés se nos puso un poco nerviosito y dijo, give a moment, please. Give me a moment, ¿sí? Denme a mí un momento.
Give me a moment.
Give me a moment. Very good. So, a veces se nos escapan un par de artículos o frasecitas por los nervios o a veces porque de los nervios nos saltamos de leer bien, ¿sí? Pero no problem, that happens to everybody. Madeleine, can you give me a number, please?
De
From 1 to 10.
Ya, ok, el 7.
7, group number 7. Let's see. Who is in group number 7? Giancarlos, George, and Santi. Ya mismo te toca, Jimmy Andrade. Wait a second, wait a second. Okay, Santi is ready.
¿Cómo va a mi cuarto si mi cuarto está? No llega el internet.
Giancarlos, ya te llegó el internet porque ya escuchamos. Ready? Okay, ask before you buy something. It's better if you ask to the sales assistant or maybe to the manager if later on you will have the opportunity to change the product. Maybe if it doesn't fit, or maybe if you didn't like it or the person you gave it didn't like it, you can maybe exchange the product or maybe ask for a refund. That's why always your moms tell you keep the receipts. ¿Sí? Siempre las mamitas que son ya bien expertas en eso, les dicen guardarán el recibo, guardarán la factura, ¿no es cierto? Por si acaso. Entonces, it's always a good idea to have with you the receipts of your purchases. So very good, guys. I was enjoying a lot those conversations. Well done. Muy bien. You will have like the classwork number 8, este deber número 8. Les vamos a hacer promedio de su participación en la conversación y también en el email que me escribieron por ahí, apologizing. Sí, entonces vamos a hacer un promedio de las dos actividades para ver su nota del día de hoy. What are you going to have for next class? Next class, for next class, you will have to complete the following homework. Maybe you notice that in your student's portfolio, you have also another document or another activity that says homework number 7, I think, or homework number 8. Let me check. Homework number 7. Yes, you're going to listen. Let me just share with you the screen. I think it's better. Where is it? Just give me a second. Where is that? There you go. You have on your screen what are you going to perform as a homework. Para no olvidarnos de todo lo aprendido, esta semana ustedes van a realizar este pequeño, it's a bit long homework. You're going to complete this one. You're going to listen to a TED Talk. No sé si ya han escuchado otras TED Talks. Son muy buenas. Pero en este caso, pues la TED Talk que vamos a escuchar es referente principalmente al tema de esta unidad. Remember that you saw a little bit about some illegal things people used to make at the beginning of the lesson, right? ¿Se acuerdan que vimos al inicio de la clase, al inicio de la unidad, la clase anterior, sobre algunos actos que la gente hacía de forma ilegal? ¿Ustedes se acuerdan que eran esas cosas que hacíamos generalmente que son ilegales? Do you remember?
Download music, illegal music.
Download illegally some music or maybe movies. What else do you remember that it's illegal? ¿Qué más había? ¿Qué más actos ilegales veíamos en el libro? Can you remember? Acuérdense que por ahí veíamos una imagen de alguien sacándose una resma de papel de la oficina. ¿Se acuerdan cómo era eso? ¿Qué acción era?
Steal.
Steal, ¿verdad? Robar. Llevarse algo, ¿no es cierto? Sin autorización. Robar, steal. Very good. So, all of these illegal problems are part of the lack of values. ¿Sí? Todos estos problemas, todas estas acciones ilegales se crean a partir de una falta de valores, ausencia de valores. ¿Sí? It's a lack of values. What are you going to do as a homework? During this week, you will have or you will look for a small time to listen to this TED Talk. The name of this talk is Unleashing Your Core Values. ¿Sí? Vamos a identificar, vamos a ver cuáles son esos valores principales, lo que nos define a nosotros como persona, qué es lo más importante, ¿sí? What are our core values? So you're going to listen to this lady, Jennifer Jones, talking about her core values. And you're going to answer these 5 questions over here. So we have 5 questions. The first one says, what are core values according to Jennifer? So you're going to listen to a lady talking about values, and you're going to answer according to her experience, what are core values? Then you're going to answer the other questions. We have question number 2. Who is the first person in Jennifer's gratitude book? ¿Y quién fue la primera persona que apareció en el libro de la gratitud de Jennifer? Okay, so you will have to listen and complete this information. In question number 3, we have, according to Jennifer, why did Larry become a CEO, and why is it related to the core value of integrity? ¿Sí? De acuerdo a lo que ustedes escuchen decir a Jennifer, ¿por qué Larry se convirtió en el gerente y cómo está relacionado con el valor de la integridad? Okay, so you're going to explain the reason. Number 4, what are Jennifer's 5 core values? So you're going to listen to this lady talking about some values, but you're going to name or to list every single value. ¿Sí? Van a hacer una lista de los 5 valores principales de Jennifer. And finally, after recognizing what core values are, you're going to write 5 core values that identify you. And you're going to answer or explain why. For example, if you consider yourself as a punctual person and that's your value, you're going to say why. I'm very punctual because the time is very important for me. And I want to be respectful with the time of other people, for example, okay? So you're going to explain the core values that identify you. Me explicarían los 5 valores con los que se identifican, ¿sí? Si ustedes pudiesen utilizar o más bien si ustedes pudiesen describirse con 5 valores que los identifican, ¿cuáles serían y por qué? Entonces, para el homework de esta semana, las 4 primeras preguntas estarían relacionadas a la TED Talk, es decir, al speaker, a Jennifer. ¿Sí? Todas las 4 primeras van a ser respuestas en base a lo que Jennifer les cuenta en la charla. Y la última pregunta ya es una pregunta con una respuesta mucho más personal. ¿Ok? And also teacher Jennifer let you another part of the homework, and you will have to turn this email between 2 friends more informal. So here you have kind of a formal mail, and you're going to change it into an informal one, remembering all the steps and all the things and differences between formal and informal emails. Okay, guys? Eso sería básicamente pues el homework de esta semana. Do you have any questions? Preguntas sobre el homework de esta semana. Questions? No questions? Remember that you will have up to Friday midnight to complete this homework. ¿sí? Hasta el sábado a medianoche para completar este trabajo, este deber. This is the talk you're going to listen to. And this is Jennifer. The lady you see right here is Jennifer. Sí, ahí tenemos a Jennifer talking. So that's your
Teacher,
yes.
sorry. Yo no entendí del classwork. O sea, ¿ya lo hicimos? ¿El del speaking era?
El classwork ya lo hicieron en dos partes. La primera parte fue el email que completaron con Teacher Jenny.
Ah, ya.
Hacer el mail formal e informal. Y la segunda parte fue la conversation que hicieron hace ratito.
¿Y entonces qué subimos a la...?
Suban la conversación. Sí, está creado como la conversación. Tienen ustedes ahí, les puse upload the conversation. La conversación que planearon como prueba del classwork.
Ah, ya. Ya.
Thank you, Giancarlos. That was a really good.
Gracias, teacher.
Una buena pregunta por si acaso les quedaba tal vez alguna duda de qué debían subir, pues suban la conversación que hicieron ustedes ahorita en grupo. Sí, making complaints. Esa sería la prueba o la evidencia del trabajo de hoy. So, about your classwork, do you have any questions? No questions. Parece que sí está claro, ¿no es cierto? So, I think it's turn for us to complete this Kahoot. Entonces vamos al Kahoot. Today we're going to make a review of the whole unit number 10, okay? Una revisión global de toda la unidad 10. 10 questions, just 10 questions. Get ready to join to the Kahoot. The code for today is 7430074. There you have the code, guys. Tienen ya el código en la pantalla para que puedan unirse al Kahoot. Let's see our third question. Number 3. Which of these is not a crime? Which is not a crime? Parking your car legally, parking your car illegally, donating money to a charity, stealing money from a charity. Which of these are not crimes? Okay, very good. We have two good answers here. Parking your car legally is not a crime, and donating money to a charity also not a crime. Very good. Let's move to the next